let's get started. This is Vincent Meza with Listings to Leads. And this is our Get Started class for all of our new clients. And also for our clients who've been with us for a while, just want to kind of a refresher. Feel free, if you have questions, just throw them in there in the chat panel and I'll just jump on them as soon as I take a breath. At a high level, what is Listings to Leads? It's a real estate advertising platform for realtors. We have a lot of great marketing tools for your listings. And a lot of those sound kind of similar to what you might already have: virtual tours, single property websites, listing landing pages. The big difference from our company and almost every other company out there, including the large kind of big brands that we all know, is that our tools are designed to capture leads. And most tools are designed to match your branding, which is cool. We match your branding too, but everything we design usually has multiple call to actions built in. So you're able to get more buyers and more sellers with your listing tools, even if you're borrowing the listings. They might not even be your own listings, right? So we can help you there on the listing marketing side. We have unlimited landing pages. Landing pages are things like, what is your home worth? Home sold near you, empty nesters, FSBO landing pages, expired landing pages, cash buyer landing pages, and of course you can create your own custom landing pages. Now we also have ad software. So we have Facebook's ad software, which allows you to run ads on Facebook and Google in 2 clicks and get a lot of leads with name, email, and phone number. This is a super smart thing to do for buyers. And we have Google software. And not a lot of agents are familiar with Google. Oddly enough, it's the #1 website in the world, and 86% of all questions begin on Google. They don't begin on Facebook. And so if you're thinking about listings, you probably want to think about Google, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. And then we also have 80 PDF guides. Okay. So 80 PDF guides designed for homeowners, half of them for homeowners and half of them are for home buyers. We have them embedded in a lot of our areas, but you can certainly use our print tools. You can use our ads for both Facebook and Google to drive traffic to those so that people have to give you their contact information, download them. So that's everything kind of that we do. We even do more than that. But before we go into it, I want to make sure that some of the resources that you have, somebody here today signed up today, right? So you do have to spend a little bit of time to get to know our platform. And the first place that I think is great is the mastermind group. So what I'm going to do is give you all a link to get in this group right now. If you're not in the mastermind group, the fastest, easiest way, this will actually go out to everybody right now. If you're not in it, use that link to get in it. And once 20 people hit it, it kind of shuts off. But if you don't get in it, let me know. The other area, and by the way, the mastermind group is a private group on Facebook. It's where Scott and I announce what's coming down the pipe. It's also where our clients ask questions and share what's working for them, right? Some of what we'll be talking about today has been recently stated by clients in the mastermind group. It's not always Scott and I saying what we think it's great. It's like this person right here saying, hey, I started using your postcards with home values and I got 26 leads and a solid listing appointment, right? So where is he getting these postcards, right? And so I'm going to show you all that to you. But another great resource is actually our YouTube channel. Now, we do live calls just like we're doing right now. And in case you haven't, I don't know how you found us here, but leadgenwebinars.com is, let's see here. I'm going to send that to you. This is where you can sign up. So that should be blinking in your chat panel now. This is where you can sign up for our live classes. Okay. And so Get Started is today's call. Top tools to get more listings is on the 20th. I definitely recommend that if you want more listings. And then Facebook and Google ads, you definitely need to know what's going on there. And then Scott's doing an 8-part coaching series on overall what you should do if you want to make $250,000. We've got a good calculator that we build on, and this is a really great discussion of overall marketing strategy for real estate. And of course, where does our stuff plug in at the right time, right? That's a good series there. So leadgenwebinars.com is how you get there. And then, as I was mentioning, we've got a YouTube channel. So every class that we do, we record. It sits right here. So if you want to see my last class on Facebook and Google ads, it's right here. If you want to see the top tools to get more listings, which I did 5 days ago, it's right here, right? Scott's classes are here as well. And it really makes it's worth your time to watch a few of these videos. Now I'm going to send this link to you right now. You can always find it on YouTube. And let's see, somebody is asking, are people getting good results from Google? We're not hearing much about that just yet. Our Google software is just a few months old, but I can tell you, I do have some clients that are doing a lot with that. Our clients are focused a little more on getting listings from Google, not from getting buyers. And so there, we've got some tools, and we're going to look at that together. So these are the resources that you guys should be holding on to. You should be looking at this YouTube channel as you go forward to really understand what we've got available here to you. So let's get into listings to leads. Now, I'm going to show you, let's see here, where I want you to go when you're brand new, right? Like, what do you got to do just to set up? And if you've been a client for a while and you haven't done this, you might want to pay attention, because we do add new technology and a lot of you are not using it. And some of it's just free and automated part of your program. So first you want to go to your profile. Okay. And you want to go to auto posting, and you want to connect your social media accounts right here. Right. And you can go to listings. When you come to the, so by the way, and I just sort of brushed over this, but I should say it, you got to click through each button. When you go to Facebook, it's going to ask you, is that you and your name? And you say yes. And then it gives you your business pages. And this guy's got this Kalua real estate. So that's how you do it. You connect it, you leave it on here. Then you go to listings, and this box over here on the right will be blank like this. You click this copy and paste button, and it'll push this text into this, which is what you need to do, and then save it. If you want us to auto post home valuation landing pages with this kind of like message here, turn it on, right? If you want us to do a down payer assistance landing page, you can tell us when, weekly, monthly, biweekly, or new construction, right? And so you just copy and paste it, turn it on, and there you go. Now, over here is also CRM integrations. You'll see a lot of the APIs, a lot of the software connecting some of the top CRM companies out there. If you don't see your company on this list, you might have a unique email from your client, from your CRM. You put it here and you save it. And that tells us to send the leads there. So that's what you do on that page. If you got reviews on Zillow, just check this box and we'll auto sweep them. And we do have a lead gen signature here. So you can copy and embed this into your own email right here. And all of these, click for my reviews, this guy has the Zillow reviews. So his Zillow reviews are showing up here on a website. There's a lot of ways to capture leads from this as well. All your listings are on the same page. So that's just embedded in the signature. Obviously, you can see this link about get your free home value. He's even got links pointing to his website. So if you've got a good website, you want more traffic there, this can be a really great way of just having your signature look good and have links driving there. So that's the profile setup. Another area where you want to go is social. And social here is social content. This is not ads. This is content about real estate. And so the first step will be connect to your social media accounts. And we'll look at it here, but this content, it's meant for you to put up there and sort of set and forget. It's real estate related content. It's not kind of boring. Here's where the interest rates are going or all that kind of like financial analysis stuff. It's more lighter topic, right? It's also got colorful photographs that we brought into the system, and it's meant to make you look like you're taking care of your social media accounts, like you're keeping fresh content there, right? The nice thing about it is a lot of our clients are saying, because they're just such basic good articles, they're not deep, they're kind of just lighthearted conversational content. Well, people are conversing with them. The people who are following their pages start chatting with them about that, about what we're just writing on. So this is actually helpful. We were really expecting that, but that's great that it's just written in a sort of a conversational style and people actually respond to that as they're seeing it and they're asking questions. And now that's helping you develop a relationship. Now, I click this ridiculous button to update this. So we're stuck waiting here. I might just get out of here because this is making me crazy. But the point of social content is just to get free content out there. My Lord. And I hate it when we make this update. Let me see if I can get out of here. I should have just clicked cancel and we could have done that. Oh, really? Okay. Looks like we canceled. So when you get here, it tells you what social media accounts do you want to connect to. Now, this might look familiar because we did it on another page, but this is a different toolkit that we're doing. Then you choose how often do you want content to go out. Then you actually choose the content. There are 57 different things here. I do want to point out something that we added. We haven't looked at it yet, but we have PDF guides. We have 80 written for you. Some for buyers and some for sellers. We have them in Spanish as well. So as much as you can go through and look at all these things like outdoor living and landscaping, but this guy has basically turned on all of the topics. If you want, you can go and look at every article that we've written. Unless you really like to read, you don't really have to worry about that. You just choose what topics do you want to turn on, right? And I definitely recommend that you use these PDF guides because we're putting landing pages there. So somebody wants to read one of these PDF guides, and I'll show you what the landing page looks like in a minute. It's going to allow you to capture leads, right? It's just, these guides are awesome. So this is social content. Also under settings on social content is a place that says linked in bio. So link in bio is for people who are using Instagram and TikTok. And of course, this page is not working. Excuse me. I better not be having a tech day like this. I'm going to have sip. Link in bio. There we go. Oh my God. Ridiculous. Oh, so we have a preview. That's nice. That's good. That's good. So link in bio is basically if you have content on Instagram or on TikTok, it's hard to get people off of those. It's easy to build the networks, but it's hard to get people to a place where you can actually capture a lead. And this is a mobile optimized site that's going to have all your listings, all your favorite PDF guides, which are down here. This is the social media content that we were just talking about, and then landing pages. So there's just a ton of ways for you to capture leads here. And so if you're using those platforms, I recommend you go turn this on. You can even connect your Calendly link here if you want, but that's just something to help get people to interact with you off of Instagram and TikTok. So that's under the social content. It's called link in bio. Definitely recommend that. So we are talking about PDF guides. So let's go look at the PDF guides. So these are all going to be branded to you on every page. Your color, your color theme, your logo is going to be on every page. You're on every page. There are 40 for home owners and there are 40 for home buyers. Okay. And so from here, you can market these, right? We've got, if you want to do a Facebook and Instagram ad, if you want to do a social media post, if you want an e-flyer for your database that you can copy and paste into your CRM and blast it out so people can download it, it's great. If you want a postcard, if you want a landing page, if you want a door hanger, we've designed all of these things for you. And as I said, there are 80 different PDF guides. So you might want to use some of these. I definitely think you should be using some of these. And we have 40 for buyers as well. Okay. So this section down here, I want to talk about, it's called landing pages. You get unlimited landing pages. Your account comes with 3 landing pages: free home values, down payment assistance, and new construction. And the free home values is embedded in a lot of our tools. So you definitely want that. But if you want home value leads and you work in 4 or 5 different communities, you want to create a landing page for every one of those communities. So you could say property valuation plus, right? And you can call it whatever you want to call it, like this, create a landing page, right? Now, the one thing when you do this, you'll see us in just a second, we drop you right here on the editor, right? And you don't want to use this photograph I'm showing you right here. Okay. And that's because you got to think about what we're up to here, right? You might be using this on an online ad. You might be using this in a paper. You might have a flyer. You might be pushing it on social media. And what you're asking people to do is give you their address and their contact information. Now, just think about that. Are you doing that all day long on the internet? Because I'm pretty sure you're not. And if they don't know who you are, it's a really heavy lift what you're asking there. So, one thing that kind of establishes trust is, do people know that you know what they're talking? Like, do they even know who you are, right? And I don't know, you probably don't know this town, but this is a little town. I've been here. It's actually a gorgeous, amazing little town on the top of Maui. And I would definitely recommend that you put a picture of something that people that you know their area, right? And so you could go take a picture of a famous restaurant or of some kind of like landmark where people really kind of know it. Like these pictures I'm showing you don't maybe make a lot of sense. But if you live up there and you put this on the back, people are going to go, oh, you know my area, right? And that's really what I'm getting at here. Um, and you could take a photo like this with your smartphones, just hold them horizontally. They need to be about 2,000 pixels wide. And it's a big deal. It's the biggest thing that's going to help people feel like you know their area. Okay. So you should be creating a handful of landing pages that you're going to be using long term for your business. Once you've done that, well, you can start thinking about ads. So let's go over to the ad section. And I'm just going to show you Ben's account here. He's actually he lives in Hawaii. He's only got one listing, but you can see the kinds of things that he's doing. And I want to just show you what you have available. Okay, so give it a second while that thing bakes. So you can see here, he's got ads in the past, and anything that you've done in Facebook, we're going to just show you the ad. Now, he's been marketing the same home for a while, and I just want to point out what is going on, right? So he spent $35 here, got 14 leads. His cost per lead is $2.50. It says it right here. And about 2,200 people have seen this ad. I really recommend that all of you are thinking about that yes, you can capture leads, but also you can be noticed as a realtor. Some of you are living in small rural towns. I don't know how much competition you have, right? But some of you are living in really big cities and you are competing with thousands of agents. And frankly, you're not popping up on the internet unless somebody knows your name, right? That's the only way that you're able to do that. And so with Facebook, when you're running an ad, this over here was a $9 ad. It reached 643 people. He did get 5 leads at about $1.84 a lead, but you're getting branding and you're capturing leads, right? A free home value ad. He got 7 leads, $345 each, and about 1,100 people saw the ad. So you can see that and you can kind of see what's going on. And let's just go run an ad. Let's do a free. So he did a free home value here. So what did he do? He just went over here, went to free home values. We got one here for Diamond Head. Let's create an ad. And I think he actually did it for Iwa Beach because it's got a different picture in the background. But this is exactly how you would do it. You would type in the name of the town and it's a $50 budget. It's 7 days long. So here's the first thing you got to understand if you don't know this. Like we've looked at it from the other ads. There is a cost per lead. And usually when you're running a home valuation ad on Facebook, this lead would cost you around $12 to $15. So if you're spending $50, you can expect maybe 3 or 4 leads. That's all you're going to get, right? Because Facebook, you're only going to spend maximum 50. It's only going to run for 7 days. but that's what's going to happen because they're going to set the price per lead. I don't know how they set the price. I think it has a lot to do with competition. We just did an analysis last week on lead costs for buyers. I don't think we looked at sellers, but it sure looks like the price of buyer leads has dropped significantly, like 50%, meaning in the past 6 months, buyer leads are costing around $3. In the past 30 days, that price has dropped to about $1.50. And I don't know why, but I will hazard a guess that a lot of realtors are quitting and your competition is disappearing off Facebook. So the cost of lead gen is dropping. I don't know exactly, but I do know that people are not renewing licenses. And I do know that the price of buyer leads is dropping on Facebook, right? And so this is not for a buyer lead. This is for a seller lead. To run an ad and get buyer leads, you just go to create a listing ad and choose any property that's for sale, click create an ad and click publish. And that's how you get buyer leads. This is the fastest, cheapest way to get buyer leads anywhere. Okay. We have all the software for Facebook. If you go do this kind of ad inside Facebook, you might know there's like a half dozen things you've got to click. And you might not always have a successful ad. Well, we have their software. And so we can tell by what you're clicking, what you're trying to do. And we check everything that you need to be checking so that you have a successful ad. So let's go here. Yes, Robin was asking, can I show the mastermind site? It's right here. If you're not in it, you can't find it. Okay. So Robin, are you in this mastermind group? Because like I said, if you're not in it, you can't find it. So did you get the link that I sent everybody? I'm going to grab it one more time. Yeah, I'm going to send it. I'm going to send this link to everybody. If you're not in the mastermind group, you need to jump on this now. It should be in the group. Right. Everybody should be seeing it right now. Okay. So let's go back. We were talking about how to run ads on Facebook. I kind of want to go into a little bit, and you can see how easy it is. I want to talk real quickly about seller leads because you can get seller leads from Facebook, but they have different costs. If we run a listing ad on a property that is sold, he's only got one listing in here, so we can't do it. But if we have one that's sold, that lead will usually cost $6 to $7, right? Not $3, $6 to $7. If you run an ad on a property that is under contract or pending, now I don't know if you can do that like in your market, but if you can, Facebook doesn't really know how to price those leads. So those seller leads I've seen come in at $2.40. That's a really cheap seller lead with name, email, and phone number. Okay. And if your MLS allows you to do that and you want more listings, I recommend that you do that. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. And then if you're running ads on landing pages, I mentioned those leads can cost $12 to $15, and there are 40 PDF guides for homeowners. So there's a lot of ability to do that. But let's just kind of go look here real quickly. If we're looking at listings and we're doing properties that are sold, those leads are going to cost maybe around $6. If we're doing properties that are under contract, it looks like you pulled this out. Yeah, okay, so he's pulled some out. If you're doing or pending, those seller leads can cost around $250. If you're running an ad on a PDF guide, those ads can, I got to really caution. Normally, I would tell you they cost around $10 each. But I think there's something weird happening at Facebook, and there always is. I've seen clients be charged like $33 for one lead. This feels like a mistake. So I'm really cautious about telling you, hey, before I would tell you, absolutely go do this. Go run a lead ad on any report that you want. You can choose. There are 40 for homeowners. There are 40 for home buyers. I would tell you, go do that. But I want to warn you about this right now. So for some reason, I've seen these leads cost $30 over $30 each. I think it's a mistake from Facebook. It's not one that you can get them to correct. It's just, holy moly, this lead normally costs $10. So I'm not super confident, but I do want you to know that this is available to you. You might want to test it, but I'm not into $30 leads. They do come with name, email, and phone number. So maybe it's still worth it, but I just think it's not. I prefer these leads to cost $10. Then I think that's great to do. It's great for your branding, but $30 leads, I'm just not really too comfortable telling people to get excited about. If you're running a landing page, like what is your home worth? These are the most expensive leads. These typically cost $12 to $15 each. Okay. Now, we didn't analyze this, so maybe these are getting cheaper if your competition is walking away, right? All worth testing, but that's just kind of what I know, right? So what about the current listings for sale? So Liza, what I mentioned about that, if you have current listings that are for sale, the fastest, cheapest way to get leads is running a Facebook ad. And you do it just like this. Okay. And these leads, and I'm repeating myself, in general cost $3 each. But in the past couple of weeks, I've seen them coming down to $1.50 each. If you guys have listings and you need to sell them, you need to be running ads on Facebook. Like that is the fastest, simplest way. If you do it like this, what I'm doing here, you're going to get leads with name, email, and phone number. Let me give you a pro tip. Don't waste your time calling them. Text them and email them multiple times right away, because buying a home right now is tricky, right? So if you text them and you're coming from a point of service that you're busy, but you want to make sure they're being taken care of, and you keep that up for like 3 days and you hit them multiple times in email and text, if they're serious, they're going to respond, right? So that's kind of Facebook there. I do want to kind of I want to show you this account because a lot of you are maybe still not familiar with Facebook, right? And this account is a unique account, all right? They are an expansion team in North and South Carolina. And their goal is to get leads, buyer leads for their agents. And I launched this account in just right around Halloween, right? So October, the end of October. So this is just over 4 months old. They have run 220 ads. You can see it on the right. They spent $20,000. So nearly $100 per ad. And they have 7,000 buyer leads. Their focus is just getting buyer leads. So they're getting their leads at just under $3 a lead, right? And another important thing, their business pages have been seen 1.5 million times. If you can imagine multiplying this by 3, because we've now almost gone through 4 months, that's a lot of impressions and a lot of leads for North and South Carolina. This is what you can do. I know not everybody has this, but some of you are on teams, you have budgets, you have a real strategy about building your brand and getting leads. You might want to be thinking about this. I set up all the team accounts and the office accounts around the country. They're discounted. It's worth investigating. Again, you can look at what's going on here. He's got leads at $1.82. These leads are $3. That lead over there is $8.77. I don't know what the heck is going on. And I don't know why that happens, but that's what I was thinking about the PDFs. It's not just a straight number. It's, who knows, algorithms or what, I don't even know. But the thing that you also should be thinking about, and let me ask this question, everybody, and just give me a yes or no in the chat panel. Have you run an ad in Google before? Yes or no? And got a no? No. Yeah. Okay. No. More no's. No. Yeah. And that's understandable. I asked this question a lot lately. And that answer is usually no. I would say if I ask how many people have run an ad on Facebook, how many realtors, it's easily 50%. Easily 50% have run ads on Facebook. And if I ask how many have done an ad on Google, it's closer to like 5%, maybe not even 10% if I've ever seen that, which is kind of amazing because, what's cool about Facebook is like, you go through here, you see what your friends are doing, you see where your grandkids are, you see what your friends are eating, and just all the great things. That's what just makes Facebook so fun, right? We see our old high school mates and hear Lady Gaga, and that's cool. And because of that, people spend 40 minutes every day scrolling through this thing, right? This is my friend's little new baby, 3 years old, right? 40 minutes every day. Now, that's why it's so awesome to say, hey, I've got an open house. Would you like that? Hey, I've got a new listing for sale. Or would you like whatever to know about real estate? Because people are sitting here for 40 minutes on their smartphones. They're sitting there on their in a work meeting, right? You're looking at Facebook. And so your ads they can be effective at capturing leads right here. But when somebody has a question, like, oh, I need to get a new hotel in New York, or oh, where's a good place to have dinner? And where's the best place to buy a new mattress? Or how do I sell my home? They don't ask that question on Facebook. They ask it on Google. 86% of all questions begin on this page, right? And you can see here, there's a big old ad, sponsored ad, right? How do you get there? How do you get to page one of Google? Here's a really simple way. You say, hey, I want to run a landing page up on Raleigh. What is my home worth? And create an app. And just like Facebook, we've made it incredibly easy, right? In this case, all you got to do is type in the name of your town and click. If you want, you click view link and see where we're driving. We're driving into this page that you created in your account. So that's a really simple way. And that's something that really literally everybody should do. I would recommend that you change your budget to $20. And I recommend that you change this ad. We have a defaulting for a month, which is crazy. I recommend you have it run for 1 week. So that means 20 times 7, you maximum spend $140, but it's going to be for people sitting in Raleigh, North Carolina, offering them a free home value, right? Now, if you want to dive a little bit deeper, you can see all the keywords that we're using, right? We built these, we look at what's available out, what we can see because we have resources to look at what are the keywords people are using. We create all the headlines. Writing an ad in Google is complicated. We make it very simple. Choose the landing page you want, type in the city, change the budget, change it to 7 days, and click publish. Are the Facebook and ads linked to a landing page or a property listing once somebody clicks on the ad? Yes. Yeah. So in this case, we just looked at it, Daniel, like this one is driving to a particular landing page, the home valuation landing page. If we go back here and we say, you know what, I want to create a Google ad on a PDF guide. And as I mentioned, there are 80 PDF guides, 80 for buyers, 40 for buyers, 40 for sellers. If I go, okay, well, I want to do, let's see, where is it? There's living trust there. Maybe 5 dangers of overpricing is an important thing, right? So if I want to do this, then I type in the name of my favorite town, right? And if I click here to view a link, you can see for them to download that, your picture will be up here. They have to give you their information. And so let's see, I see some questions. So the keywords are already done for us in Google. Yes, that's right, Liza. They are not done if you're doing something custom. So let me explain that. So here it says create a custom ad. And that we've kind of built that there for people who just have something that we have not thought of, but they want to use this. They can put their own link. Maybe you have a first-time home buyer class and you created a landing page. You could have created the landing page in our system and you want to drive it here, right? And so meaning that's the location. And you change the budget and you run it however long you want. Now, because you've done a completely custom, but we don't know what you're doing, you do need to figure out your keywords, right? And you do need to write all these headlines. Like you need to have a minimum of 3 headlines. You need minimum descriptions and you need to just do all this right. This is all your deal, right? But that's custom and you can do that. I don't I'm glad we did it, but honestly, we succeed because we make it easy for our clients, right? If it's difficult, it's like, it's not even worth building. But if we say, hey, you know what, we've got a landing page and we want to do something on new construction, well, we built the landing page. We know you're looking for buyers. Now, if you click create an ad, we are doing all the keywords, we're doing all the settings automatically because we know what you're after. What we don't know is what town are you in, right? So you type in the name of your town and boom, there you go. Right. Karen, you cannot narrow things down. Maybe on Google, you can narrow down by zip code. No, I don't think you can. Let's see. This is zip code right here. Maybe you can. No, you can't. Well, you can narrow down by zip code. That's as far narrowed as you can do. I don't think, and this is Google. So that's, we're into their API right there. Yeah. And so Liza, the keywords are done, and using our stuff without going custom, you're pretty much, we research, we update those keywords on a quarterly basis. And just so you know, I'm going to share with you something that, you know, one, there are reasons to do custom work on Google. There are reasons to get really knowledgeable on Google, right? These are the top keywords for buyers. It says in 2022, but this was updated about a week ago. And these are basically the search terms that people are typing into Google right now. Okay. That's for buyers. If you're curious about what sellers are typing, it's right here. Right. And if you want more listings, you probably want to be familiar with this and realizing, hey, you know what? If you want more listings, I'm sending this link to you right now. You should definitely have Google be part of your strategy. Not the whole thing, but part of it. And you might want to know that this is what people are talking about right here. This is what they're asking about. So, especially if you're going to do a custom ad on Google, you definitely need to, right? And you might even go look here and say, you know what, I'm going to do some ad that on something that these guys have already built. Maybe I'll go look at this article and see if there are more keywords that I should be using to make your thing work well. I'll give you a good example. And this is a little bit deep and we're kind of going in the weeds, but just so you understand how Google works, because I don't think everybody really understands it. And even my guys, the way we built this, it doesn't, we leave, we're kind of not, it's not perfect. But if I type in divorce in this page, there is a report for divorce and real estate. So I'm going to click create an ad. And here's the thing. Does anybody know here what's the average of how long a person owns their home in the United States right now? It's a stat. Like, what's the average length of owning a home in the United States? 7 years. That is, I think you're totally right, Karen, 7 years. So does anybody know the average length of a marriage in the United States right now? 5 years. Yeah. Yeah. So divorce is happening kind of continually inside your market, just as much as homes are getting sold. So is divorce. And I'm just going to show you this because my guys don't actually think of this. When we set all this up, and I'm just talking about divorce because I know these two things, they're happening all the time. Right. What we have not done over here, listings to leads, is just used our brain because these are all the keywords, right? How to sell a house fast, right? Okay. Divorce and real estate. Here's the really important keyword that comes up in divorce. And just to help you understand, right? Like how Google works. Divorce attorney, right? Because it's not related to real estate. But it's what I'm thinking of first, right? So what happens if I come over to Google and I'm like, God, you know, I need to think about a divorce attorney. What should I do, right? And since we now know that marriages last 5 years long, this is probably going to be happening in one of your communities, right? But if I do divorce attorney near me, well, there's everybody paying for their ads. But you could actually be right there saying, hey, here's your report on real estate, on your real estate. And they're like, oh my God, Yeah, I need an attorney, but I need to think about that as well. And that's, I just giving you kind of an example. This is how Google works, right? If you're going to do something custom, you definitely want to be doing that. I don't really recommend going custom. I recommend that you use our tools, and I recommend that you think about Google if you want more listings. Let's see. I think that's kind of it. Do you have any questions? I'm going to see. We talked about the PDF guides. You're branded on every page. There are multiple ways to get these things into the market. There's a lot of content here for you guys. The market is changing. It's probably going to be a freaky year here. And if you're going to last in this industry, you're going to have to get active and aggressive, right? And there's a lot of ways. There's 80 different PDF guides. There's ways to get them out on postcards. There's ways to get them out on social media. There's ways to get them out for free. And there are ways to get them out where you're paying for more reach. You should think about that. You should think about landing pages. I didn't mention it, but if I click on edit tools on a home valuation landing page, there are ways to go into the advanced options that there's print here. And print actually gets higher quality leads. It doesn't get as many. If you can imagine, driving a person to a page like this on Facebook is relatively easy. They're just clicking around there for 40 minutes a day because that's what they do. But if you drive people to a landing page like this from a piece of paper like this, well, now that's a different person, right? They weren't just clicking around looking at nonsense. They actually took a piece of paper that you mailed to their house. There was some value on that piece of paper that they wanted to type in that web address. And now when they type in that web address, they're landing on a page that gives them information, but they got to give you their email address. So it's worth thinking about if you're after listings, are online leads better or are print leads better? And I can tell you the number one tool that we create is related to listings. We call it the Nearby Homeowner Letter. It is the dorkiest looking old fashioned piece of paper. Well, I'll just show it to you. It's just not even funny. Let's see here. So go to market listing. We've been through there already, but just talk about it one more time. There are 3 different versions of this letter. None are more exciting to me than the next. And it's like, here's a picture of a home. This home is sold. It affected your home value. Like if somebody takes this piece of paper to their own computer and types in that web address and then gives you their address and email because they're very interested in the value. That's why print is just really so compelling. We probably update the PDF guide. They're really new, Jenna. So I don't know how often we update them, but we add new ones almost every quarter because there's just things that are happening. If you feel like there's a PDF guide that you need, like there's something missing, we always welcome you putting kind of an outline of what you're looking for inside the support page. Yeah, to make them relevant. Yeah, if something is just out of date and data, we just pull it. You don't need a text code for every PDF guide. No, you don't. We have landing pages already already designed for that. Yeah. When we spoke of using our branding and colors or just our name. Yeah. So when you go here, I forgot to mention this, but when you go to profile, go to appearance, put your logo in, you'll notice that we have some of the agency's branding colors already built in, but you can also just change your colors right here. And that's sort of what will flow through. Okay. And so and it kind of depends. In most cases, your branding flows through. In some cases, certain landing pages, your branding doesn't flow through. It's just a function of what we're really trying to achieve at that moment based on what tools you're using. When it comes to listing marketing, though, your branding is usually pretty front and center, including your contact information. Let's see, what did I forget to mention? Your leads are emailed to you. And I mentioned earlier, you can connect them to your social media accounts. You can always go in here and, there is one thing I forgot to mention. Let me ask this question. Is there anybody here who does not have a CRM or does not have it configured, right? So which ads are best for Facebook and which ads are best for Google? If you want buyer leads, running ads on properties are best. If you want seller leads, you can run sold ads and PDF guide ads for homeowners on Facebook. The PDF guides are kind of wacky in the pricing, so I'm not too excited. You got to be careful with it. Running pending ads. So Janice says she no longer has a follow up. Robin, the leads will flow into Follow Up Boss. Yes. If you don't have your own CRM, I recommend you go turn on these follow ups right now. You can do it in English or Spanish. Yeah. You just connect Follow Up Boss on your profile and we'll send the leads there and that drip campaign will go on. Our drip campaigns are basically better, I think, than anybody's drip campaigns right now. And I know that's like a kind of a loaded statement, but we have clients who are taught, like, there's only 3 national trainers for KB Core. And one of those people is using our system, doing A/B testing and saying, hey, you're getting open more and you're converting faster than KB Core, which is cool. But I've seen a lot of drip campaigns coming out of some cool CRM companies. And frankly, they're stale the minute you turn them on. So you might want to test our stuff out. Is Follow Up Boss a CRM? Yes, it is, Karen. And you can connect all your CRMs on the profile page down here where it says CRM integration, right? Follow Up Boss is a good one. So a lot of our clients use that and a lot of them like the interaction. I will say another thing, I was mentioning KB Core, there are other companies, Walled Garden, Brivity. When we talk about running it, I just want you to know this, like, and Ylobo does the same thing. They're charging in many cases like a 30% charge. So if you spend $150, they're keeping 50 and 100 goes to your ad, right? There's a account, is it Walled Garden, $25 for every ad you run through their software that you got to pay them first, right? Ylobo, the same thing, just these ridiculous amounts of money, which is great. I mean, we should do that. We just make more money, but that's not what we do. When you run an ad in our system and it says $50 or it says $35 or it says $100 because you want to spend more money, that is being charged to your credit card on your business accounts, either on Facebook or on Google. Okay. And it's 100% going there. You're paying us to use our software and we appreciate that. It's a $30 a month addition to use our Google Ads software, which makes life so easy because you saw what the custom ad looks like. You don't really want to be doing that too often. But when you create an ad on Google, that custom look is their default look. And it's a little bit more complicated on Google than it is even when you're doing a custom ad here. So just think about that. Are there any other questions, guys? Sometimes I get distracted and I don't finish up. I mentioned, yeah, let's talk about that. I mentioned do not call first. But let me ask you this question. Has anybody here heard of the term speed to lead? There's so many gurus out there. Oh, you've never heard of speed to lead. Wow. It's like constant sales training, right? And what it means is if you get a lead, you better call them fast, right? And I don't know, do you guys get phone calls where your phone says spam? Has anybody here heard of scams online or on the phone? Because I can tell you, nobody that I know answers their phone unless they know who's calling them, right? And if you happen to like get a lead from us with a phone number and you call somebody right away, even if they take your call, they're not prepared to talk to you, right? So they're gonna be like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. They clicked on the ad, you can say, yeah, I got your number. But everybody, sales trainers and coaches just tell you, call them right away, right? God knows if you're buying leads from Zillow, they're selling it to 3 different agents at the same time. So now they're getting all these phone calls. It's just, I do not recommend phone calls. I recommend that you are emailing and texting these people 20 times in 4 days. Literally, that's what I recommend. Because what you're doing is you're saying, hey, I'm busy. I'm between calls. I just finished a meeting. Can I help you? I saw that you were there. I want to make sure you don't fall through the cracks. You come at them from a point of service and do it a lot up front And if they don't respond in the first 4 days, then put them on your drip campaign, right? And maybe every 2 to 3 days, your drip campaign goes out. And then if they don't respond for a month, well, you contact them a little bit less. But that is really like nobody answers the phone today. I'm in sales, right? And there's a good percentage of my calls that just say spam. I don't know why. And then I listen to it, and half of them are literally spam numbers, and half of them are realtors who maybe set up a new phone number, or maybe they make a lot of phone calls and it just says spam on my phone. So you have to think about that. You live in the real world. Nobody really answers the phone. So you want to build their trust, build it with service, build it with texting, and build it with emails. Our leads, especially if you're using Facebook, you get a lot of phone numbers. Lean on them that way. Any other questions, anyone? As a reminder, this call is recorded and it will be up in the mastermind group. It will be on our YouTube channel. And that's kind of all I have. I don't see any more questions. So I appreciate you hanging out with me today, and have a great week. Bye, everybody. Oh, I see here. Hold on. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okie dokie, everybody.